Hi everybody, welcome to Mindful Monday. We're going to start on our bellies this morning because, just because I cleaned out my microwave. I looked over at my microwave. I had an attack of OCD right before this class. And you know how you get the fingerprints? I realize I'm privileged to have a microwave, but I had to clean the fingerprints. And then I was like, I need to open it up and see what's going on inside. And it needed an internal cleanse. And that's what yoga does for me. So we can credit the beginning of our class with my dirty microwave. So take your blanket and fold it up so that if you fold it like in quarters, and then you fold it again, it might be too much, you might have to adjust, but what we want is a slim blanket. And then place it across your mat, and then the way we're going to lay down is so that the blanket will be underneath our bellies. And if this is in any way uncomfortable, just come down without your blanket. But you might have to adjust. So you want it to be right on your belly. And the benefit of this is as we breathe in this shape, we get a little internal massage. It can aid digestion and, provide just a little bit of resistance as we breathe a little more deeply. So if this is in any way uncomfortable, just let it go. So come on down, make a little pillow with your hands, or you can turn your cheek to one side and let your arms rest beneath you. Totally yogi's choice here. And then just settle in. And notice how it feels to have this blanket right underneath your belly. You might notice immediately it feels either really good or not so good. Give it a few breaths to settle in before you make your decision to forego this blanketed shape. And then just notice immediately what you brought to your mat this morning. Notice the temperature of your air. And Greg said it's 28 in New Hampshire, so we will get moving soon to warm up, Greg. And my heat is on as well, so it must be chilly outside here. Notice the sounds in your space. Notice the sensation of your body against the surface beneath you, the places where your body is making contact, and the places where it is not. And begin to invite a deeper than normal breath. So you know what that is for you. Breathe in and fill up. Think about filling up the lower, the middle, and the upper back. And as you do, feel that internal massage, internal cleanse happening. Exhale as you slowly draw the belly back into the spine. Maybe you get a little more intimate with the floor. Right? Breathe in again, nice big breath through the nostrils. And then exhale slowly. Begin to think about that exhalation as just a descent. And get a little heavier on the floor as you do. Take another few breaths here. And then just pause any control of the breath for a moment.
just notice. Notice if you've settled in a little bit more. Perhaps you've stopped thinking about the placement of the blanket. Just notice, no rights, no wrongs. And when you're ready, we're going to come up into a Sphinx pose. Just give ourselves a gentle yin-y back bend as we start our ascent. So as you place your elbows beneath your shoulders and your palms on the floor, perhaps you close your eyes, and we'll breathe here for several rounds of breath as we give our posture a little correction. And notice as you come into your Sphinx where your shoulders are in space. See if you can draw them down away from the ears. And just keep your gaze soft, your breath slow. Nice. Good. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Let that exhalation be nice and long. Notice if you're clenching anywhere, if the glutes or legs. See if you can soften completely in the lower half of the body. You might notice a little muscular engagement in the shoulders, in the lower back. See if you can let the lower half of the body be soft. Take one more breath together, full breath in. Long breath out. And then as you're ready, I'm going to just press up enough to take that blanket aside, just place it next to you, and come back down to the mat. Bring your forehead to the mat for now, and just, Sophie, shake it out. Release the back as much as you can. Take a big breath in and extend the right arm out to a T, so make that long. And then turn your head towards your left hand, your left side, and take this left palm and press it into the floor. And then slowly begin to roll to the right side and see where you land. So this is a shoulder stretch. Maybe take your left foot to the outside of your right leg if you want to press a little more deeply into this stretch. And then see if you can breathe here for a few rounds of breath and keep it slow. And if you feel any pain in your shoulder, please back off. This is not for injured shoulders. This is for healthy shoulders. So let's take another big breath in and a long breath out. And then one more. And then slowly roll back to your belly. Take a moment. Allow your forehead to come to the floor. Maybe your arms just rest on your shoulders. Slump forward. You can take a little forehead massage. Rocking your head from side to side. And then when you're ready, we'll do the same thing on the left. So extend the left arm out to a T. You can turn your head toward the right and place your right palm outside of your shoulder. And then just gently roll to that left side. You can use the strength of your right arm to press yourself to your desired shoulder stretch. Good, just breathe in here and breathe out. Simple, easy breath. We've been doing it all our lives, only we're just doing it a little more consciously these days. So, good, let's take 2 more. Nice and slow. Easy does it. Excellent. And as you're ready, roll back to your belly. Take a moment. Sophie, shake it out. Replace your battery pack if it has fallen out, which mine has. And then we'll take our hands to the outsides of our shoulders and slowly come up through that cobra that we are familiar with, drawing our elbows in toward our bodies. And then use the strength of your arms to press yourself up a little bit more and come into your tabletop. Taking your blanket, place it under your knees, and then bring your knees wide and bring your big toes to touch, and sink your heels all the way back to the back of your mat. Sink your hips all the way back to your heels. That's what I meant to say. Coming into child's pose. And once you get into child's pose, you can come in slowly. Just let your back settle. Let your forehead come to the floor or perhaps a block. And take your arms forward. Get a nice stretch of the upper back. And breathe here. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And let the exhalation take your hips back towards your heels, settling in to this stretch a little bit more. Good. Full breath. Fill up the entire back body. And then exhale, let it go. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice. As you're ready, we'll come on up to tabletop. Come slowly. Take your knees under your hips and take your hands under your shoulders. Sophie, shake it out. Let's begin to bring a little more movement to the body. Let's warm up. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round into your Halloween cat. Press the mat away. Good. Move with your breath. So we've established this slow cleansing breath. So let's stay with it. Good. Move with your breath. If you like Ujjayi breath, you can constrict the back of the throat. Make that little Darth Vader sound. That's also a nice cleansing breath practice. But just deepening the breath is really good. So let's take one more cow. And then another round of cat. And really press the mat away. Bring the chin down to the chest. And then here is just yogi's choice. So maybe take some figure eights and just get a little funky with this movement. Get your hips and your back all warmed up. Good. And then come to stillness. We're going to keep the left hand on the mat. As we sweep the right arm up, follow it with your gaze. See what you see up there. I saw some eagles circling today, so naturally that inspired one of the shapes. So take your left hand, and thread it through, coming in to thread the needle. Maybe the right arm lifts, maybe you circle out that wrist. Maybe you take that half bind, reaching around your sacrum with the palm facing up. Good. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, re-extend the right arm. Place it on the floor. And inhale the left arm up. Once again, look up. And exhale it down. Let's take it to the other side, threading. Inhaling as we lift and follow the arm with the gaze. Thread it on through as you exhale. Try to keep the hips square as you lift the left arm up and breathe here. Maybe taking that half bind if that serves you. Take a nice full breath and exhale it out. Inhale as you relift that left arm, and exhale, press it into the mat. Inhale as you sweep the right arm back up, and exhale, right hand comes down. Good. Take any movements, any motions, any maybe hip circles that might feel really good. And then take your hands just a little forward of where they were in your tabletop. Begin to tuck your toes, get a nice stretch on in those feet, and then slowly lift up. See how slowly you can lift up into your first down dog. Good. And then bend and straighten, walk your dog. Good. Gaze back towards your knees or your navel. Do some navel gazing. And press one heel down and then the other. And then find stillness. Get that stretch on. Nice stretch for the calves, the hamstrings. Take a nice big breath. Exhale. And then begin to look forward. Come up on your toes and take a slow walk forward, finding the front of the mat. Not too difficult to find. It's right there at the front. And then circle your wrists out, bend your knees as much as you need to, and find your favorite forward okay, easy for me to say, forward fold shape. So maybe it's ragdoll. Maybe just let your head hang between your arms as you reach for your elbows. Maybe you're just rocking from side to side because that feels good on your back. Or maybe you come to a halfway lift if this is just too much. But try first bending your knees as much as you can to give yourself that lower back support. And then shake your head, yes. Yes, I love yoga. Yes, I love cleansing. Shake your head no for whatever it is you're letting go of today. Nope, nope, letting it go. And when you're ready, slowly root to rise, root into your feet and slowly rise up. Come in first to your mountain. So fingertips point down, shoulders draw away from the ears, settle. And then inhale, reach up, scoop up all the goodness. Let your palms touch and draw them down to your heart center. So this is a reset, samastatihi. Take a moment in prayer. Find some gratitude perhaps. And just settle into your mountain pose. Release your hands. And find that drishti, that dependable gazing point. There's a spot in front of you that is not moving. Locate it. Yeah, I see mine. And then with your eyes fixed on that gazing point, begin to bring your weight into the tops of your feet and just maybe lift your heels off the floor. Right? Seems easy. Easy enough. Yeah. And just pause here using the strength of your toes to balance you. Yeah, keep that gazing point. Notice what happened to your breath. See if you can smooth it out. And then on your exhale, whenever that happens next, just lower down and lean into your heels. Lift your toes. And then lower each toe from the pinky all the way to the big toe. And then grip. Excellent. Excellent. Kind of give a little bend to the knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway. So hands come to shins, shoulders draw away from the ears. Exhale, fold again. Good. Inhale, root into those feet to rise up, reaching up, getting super tall. Find your gazing point, come up on your toes.
Good. Exhale, sweep your hands down, samastatihi. Just pause here. Take a nice big breath, breathe into your prayer hands, and then exhale, release. Let's take one more of those. Little bend in the knees. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, look up, maybe lean back. Exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold again. Then root to rise, reach up, all the way up, and then come up on those toes as you find your gazing point. Good. Exhale, sweep the hands down, samastatihi. Good. Here we are. Shake out those legs, fix your pants. Let's get ready to move a little bit more. So feet under hips, shoulders roll back and down. Let's take 2 more shoulder rolls just to make sure. Good. Bend your knees, root to rise, reach up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And we're going to step back with the left foot, step back with the right foot, downward facing dog. Good. Come up on your toes here and lower your heels here. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, look forward. Bend your knee, draw it toward your nose, round your spine, and then step it all the way to the front of the mat. Good. Come up on your fingertips. Shine your heart, gaze forward. See if you can find that spot that you had earlier, that dependable, immovable spot, and then rise up to your crescent, gazing at that spot. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Excellent. We're going to come into a goddess or cactus arms if you prefer. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Shine your heart. Keep that gaze. Good. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, we're going to take the right arm under, left arm over, wrap around eagle arms. Yeah. Thank you, eagles. Press your palms together if you can, or the backs of the palms come together. Whatever you can do to twist, to squeeze the arms toward one another. And then as you're ready, maybe you lift your elbows a little bit. Maybe you lift your gaze if you're feeling steady, or keep that drishti. Good. Slight little back bend. Excellent. And then as you're ready, we're going to draw the navel into the spine, draw the elbows toward the belly button, the navel, and then slowly unwind, reach, fly like an eagle to the sea. Steve Miller, right? When you're ready, rise up, reach up, draw the shoulders down away from the ears, and open up warrior 2. So spin the back foot to flat, send your fingertips forward and back from your shoulders, and make sure those shoulders are looped down. Good, breathe in and breathe out. We're going to flip the right palm, take it back, peaceful warrior. Excellent. Get that stretch. You can also bind, half bind with your left arm if you like. On your exhale, come back through warrior 2. One more thing, so enjoyable this triangle. So we're going to straighten the right leg, lean forward with the right torso, lean forward, lean toward the right. Oh my goodness. And then take the right hand to the inside of the right leg. Perhaps lift the left arm up if you like. Take your gaze somewhere where it's not moving. Maybe it's up toward the ceiling. Maybe you even flip that palm and open up that shoulder a little bit. Just find this triangle shape that works for you. Good. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, we're going to bring our torso toward our right leg. Bend your right knee. Take that back foot, spin it. Spin it so it's facing the same direction. Here we're in a low runner's lunge again. And then we're going to think about stepping the sorry, before you do anything, think about stepping the left foot to meet the right, and then we'll do it. Good. And we'll find ourselves in our forward fold again, feet hip width. Maybe with your knees bent, you can take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toe. Let your head hang, let your elbows reach out as you draw your nose towards your knee, only if this serves you. Always the option to come up halfway or all the way. Good, breathe in here. Relax the back of the neck and breathe out. Awesome. When you're ready, bend your knees, root to rise. Reach up. Maybe look up, maybe keep your gaze on your drishti, and then let your hands come to your heart center. Samastatihi, just reset here. Nice big breath. And exhale it out. Good. When you're ready, one more side. Inhale, reach up. Before we do, we're going to take a side stretch. So reach for the right wrist with the left hand. Keep your feet pressing into the floor as equally as possible. Take a side bend. Good. Breathe in. Get that cleanse on the right side body. So breathe deeply. And then as you exhale, come on back. Let's take it to the other side. Excellent. Feet firmly planted. Breathe into that left side body. Get that internal massage there. And then inhale, reach up. Maybe you lean back, maybe you look back towards your thumbs. And then exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. This time we'll step back with our right leg and then our left, coming into our downward facing dog. Take a nice big breath here. Enjoy the exhale. And when you're ready, lift that left leg high. Get long. Three-legged dog. Exhale as you bring your nose towards your knee round. And then inhale as you look forward and step your left foot forward, coming up to your fingertips. Shine your heart. Find that gazing point, your dependable drishti, and then slowly root to rise, reaching up for your crescent. Good, find that balance here. Nice big breath. So good. And as you exhale, come into your goddess or your cactus arms. Depends on where I am. Do I feel like a goddess today or a cactus? Take your choice. Squeeze your shoulder blades together regardless. It's a posture correction. We know that, right? Good. Nice big breath in. And as you exhale, we'll take the left arm under, I want to say. That feels right. If it's not, switch for our eagle arms. Press your palms together or the backs of the hands together. Squeeze toward the midline. Keep your drishti, or begin to gaze up as you lift your elbows. Stretch for the shoulders. Keep your balance. Of course, wobbling is human. As you're ready, elbows come toward the navel, round forward. Good. The gaze will come down. Keep your breath steady. We got this. Inhale as you rise. And exhale as you fly like an eagle. Send your fingertips back, lean forward. Yeah, good. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, open up, warrior two on this side. So spin that back foot to flat. You can check in with your heel to arch alignment. Yeah, check in with your shoulders. Make them back and down, and left knee over left ankle. If it's kind of going in or out, just kind of set it up so it's over that ankle. No big deal, just minor adjustments here. Take a nice big breath. Exhale, settle in to your warrior two. Such a good stretch, and especially if you press into the right side of the right foot. Good. When you're ready, flip the palm, peaceful warrior, lean back. Excellent. Beautiful. Exhale back when you're ready to your warrior two, and then straighten the left leg. Lean to the left. We'll come into our triangle on this side. So left arm reaches down. No biggie. Right arm reaches up. We get a nice open, expansive heart space. Even as our shoulders get a stretch. Maybe you flip your palm and take that half bind here. Good. Make it your own, yogis and yoginis. Breathe in. And breathe out. Bend into that left knee. Come back through warrior two. We'll spin the back foot so it's facing forward. Take your fingertips to the floor. Come through your low lunge. And then we'll think about stepping the right foot to meet the left. And then we'll do it, daggone it. Yeah, step it forward. Come on into your favorite forward fold pose. And as you're ready, root to rise. Come on up one last time. Come up on your tippy toes. We've practiced this before. This should be fun at this point. And then lower down and shake it out. Good. We haven't done this for a while, so shake the right hand right and left. Shake the left hand up and down. I can hear you laughing. Shake your left hand left and right, and your right hand up and down. Yeah, nobody can do that. All right, so feet come hip width. Lift and spread your toes. Let's try full eagle. Let's do it. What do you mean try? Let's come into full eagle. So bring your weight into your left foot. Find your drishti. Not me. Find your drishti. And when you're ready, we'll take the right leg, lift it up, about, maybe knee comes up to the waist. And then maybe there's a little bend in the left knee as you wrap your right leg around the left. So there's this squeezing into midline action, right? And then take your arms out wide, fly, and the right arm comes under the left, wrap here. So that right toe might not go around the left leg, or it might. Good. Just breathe in as you squeeze. Squeeze with all the gusto you have. So it's like that hose, like when we get a little, I don't know, our hose gets, whatever that word is, crunched together, and you can't get any water out of it. And then you let it go, and boom, all that blood flow. Yeah. So notice, coming into your mountain, just take a moment to pause. Notice how your unkinked hose, thank you, kink. Couldn't think of it when I was all wrapped in eagle. Take a nice big breath and an exhale. See if you can relax a little bit, maybe shake it out, maybe shake, your left hand left and right, your right hand up and down. We're just letting it go, and do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, shake it all out. And then come into your mountain pose. And then bring your weight to your right leg. Let's start to think about this side. So you can have a little bend in your right knee. Take your left leg, lift your knee up to your waist, and then wrap. No biggie. Maybe this foot goes around. Maybe it doesn't. When you're ready, left arm goes under, right arm on top, squeeze to midline. Find your drishti, that dependable drishti. Good, squeeze in, breath smooth. We've got this. One more. And then fly, let it go. Excellent, good. Shake it out, take some ankle circles. Yeah, so much inner cleansing going on. And then we're just going to come unceremoniously down to our mats, or perhaps you really like a squat for the hip opener that it is. You can bring your feet out wide and take your arms into the inner thighs and squeeze inward and outward. So pressing arms into legs and legs into arms. Shining your heart, if you like this. And if you just have no interest in a squat this morning, come on down. Perhaps take your blanket under your hips. Yeah. And then we'll come into a wide leg forward fold. So it's nice to have something tucked under the hips. And bring your legs wide on your mat. You can bring your blocks with you. It's kind of nice. And set them up right in front of you. And then flex those toes as you shine your heart. Take a big breath, roll the shoulders back and down. And then take your fingertips in front of you and just take a walk until you feel the stretch. Won't take long. Likely won't take long. And then bring your forehead to your blocks if you like. You can stack them up. And just find some peace here. And resume that breath if it's gotten a little choppy. So get your breath a little more smooth. And then let's soften where we can. So the backs of the necks. So here's where our lower half is engaged, but the upper half, from the waist to the crown of the head, is just relaxed. So soften the jaw. Soften the brow. And let your breath be smooth. Let the back of the neck relax. Nice. Good. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Really make them long and luxurious. Fill up completely. And then let go completely. Just notice, each breath is a little bit different. But each exhale helps us settle in, soften. Good. On the next breath in, slowly press in to your floor. You can take your props aside. And we're just going to take our right hand to either under the calf or somewhere on the leg, or you can reach for your big toe. And then left arm reaches up. Take a side stretch here. And turn your gaze in the opposite direction of your stretch. Maybe you reach for your toe with your left fingertips. And keeping both hips grounded. Breathe into that side body. Good. Let's take one more breath. And as you exhale, we'll come back up to center and take it to the other side. So choose your placement of your left hand. Choices, always choices. And then take that right arm up and over. Take your side stretch here. Good. Breathe in. And breathe out. That's all we have to do to get an internal cleanse. Just breathe. On this next breath, come on up slowly. We're going to bring our blocks. Let me just put them aside for now. Take a hold of the outsides of your legs and bring them up and in, and just windshield washer them out. So taking your hands behind you, windshield washer. Yeah. And then bring your right, so this might not be for everybody. This shape is not my favorite, but I'm gonna offer it to you because it is a great hip stretch. So sitting up on a blanket is really helpful. And then bring your right leg inside here, so your knee is bent. And then this left leg, yeah, we'll see what happens if we just kind of set it on top of the right. And then here's where we stack all kinds of props to help us, yeah, get into this pose. Yeah, it's fire log pose. So we're stacking like fire logs. Yeah, it's a challenging pose. You can always place this left foot somewhere that feels better if it's not working on top of this. But if you're happy here, wherever you are, you can even come into Sukhasana. Let's take our arms out and fly. And then we'll take the right arm up, bend the elbow, take the left arm, flip your palm back, and see if you can reach for the fingertips. You can also use your strap and get a shoulder stretch here. Yeah, yeah. So your fingertips might not touch, and they absolutely might. I know one side works and the other side doesn't quite make it. Depends on your dominant hand, your shoulder flexibility, etc. So let's breathe. Yeah, we won't stay too much longer. Let's take 2 more breaths. So see if you can settle in. Use that exhalation. And when you're ready, just fly. Maybe give yourself a hug if that feels good. And then release your legs from their bondage. And we'll just, let's windshield washer them out a couple times. Let the hips release. And then we'll take it to the other side. So, you know, the other side might be a little more amenable to this fire log shape. Yeah, that might be. So use your props. And sit up tall. Take your arms out, fly. And then we'll reach the left arm up. Take it back, bend your elbow, give yourself a pat on the back, flip your palm on your right hand, and then take it back and see if you can reach your fingertips toward one another on this side. So this is my side that a strap is really handy. So use your strap if it's there, and see if you can draw your fingers toward one another on the strap, your hands toward one another. And let's breathe here, because that's all we got. I'm kidding. You might love this pose, and I am heartily endorsing it. Yeah. Take one more full breath. And then let it go, fly. Give yourself a hug. Yeah. And then release yourself from your bondage. Let your feet maybe come forward. Finally, let's come to our backs. Let's lower ourselves down to our backs. Because we deserve it. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe take some of those circles. Give your lower back a massage. That should feel good. Good. And then hug your knees. Yeah. Give yourself a nice big hug. Wrap your arms around your legs. And breathe here. And relax the back of the neck. And then take a big breath and gently guide your legs over to one side. Yogi's choice. There's a blanket right under my legs. How nice. And then take your gaze and turn toward the opposite side. Let that opposite shoulder just relax toward the floor. Hopefully it feels nice and stretched out. You can turn your gaze in that direction. Use your breath to soften here. By now we've gotten good at it. See if you can soften into this shape. One more nice big breath. And then draw your knees back to center. Give yourself another hug. Squeeze them in. Maybe take your nose towards your knees. And gently lower head and shoulders and take your knees to the opposite side. And turn your gaze in the opposite direction. And let yourself soften here. Nice full breaths will help with that. One last chance, cleanse. Deep breaths. In these twists, remove toxins from the body with each exhale. Yeah, cleansing breaths. When you're ready, hug it in, come back to center. And then let's have a yogi's choice. What would be your last shape? If there was one last shape, what would it be? Maybe it's a bridge. Maybe you press yourself up, give yourself one more back bend. Maybe you come into a happy baby, reaching for the bottoms of your feet, drawing your knees towards your shoulders. Or maybe it's legs up, perhaps legs up the wall, and that's where you will stay for your Shavasana. Wherever you are, take 3 nice deep breaths. And when those breaths are complete, take your final resting pose, coming into your shape of choice. So maybe it is legs up the wall. Maybe you're on your back with your legs wide, your feet just splaying out and your arms reaching out to a T. I like to have a blanket over my belly, or maybe it's chilly there in New Hampshire, Greg. Maybe you want to cover up completely. Just let go in your Shavasana. Let all these crazy, silly shapes that we've made that have done so much good for our bodies just integrate. Let your eyes close. Let go of any control here and just surrender. This is where the magic happens, my friends. Shavasana. Let it be. Take as much time in your Shavasana as you like. Or if you're ready to transition, do so slowly, just by rolling to one side. Curl up. Give yourself another hug in that fetal position. Just pause and notice. And then using the strength of your arms, give yourself a press up to a seat if you'd like, and come up to Sukhasana. And then lengthening the spine, take one shoulder roll, draw those shoulders down away from the ears, and then pause here to notice too. Notice if you've made a little more space If you've done some good cleansing work, if you feel a little more peaceful and calm, a little more flexible. When you're ready, if you're seated, sweep up, reach up for all the goodness. Let your palms come together, come back down. Samastatihi, hands in prayer pose. Take a moment to find some gratitude for yourself, for this practice, for this group, for the opportunity to practice together. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Until next time, y'all, namaste.